Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and I am back with Mood Board Madness with Sara, Scraps, and I, and we're tackling this green and pink mood board today, and I thought it'd be fun to do another page in my Traveler's Notebook, my October, my fall. I'm not really sure what it's going to transform into. Since I haven't filled it up completely yet, I figured we can keep it going through November. But I have another spread to do in here, and this is for some spooky donuts. If any of you guys have a Krispy Kreme near you, definitely check out their Halloween collection. Very cute donuts. So my boyfriend and I got a couple of these to try, and it was his actual first time at Krispy Kreme, so that was a super fun one. And to have some holiday ones was super special. So I'm starting this Traveler's Notebook spread by doing a 2-page backed piece. So I'm going to use the same green gingham pattern paper, and this is from DCWV, from a really old Halloween paper pad that I've since gotten rid of, but I did keep a couple of the sheets, thank goodness, because there is so much green in this mood board. And while it's not the same exact jewel tone green, there are some more jewel tones in the actual line work of this pattern paper, so I think it works really, really well. And I end up putting that on both sides like I mentioned, and it's really, really nice to have just a nice solid sort of stable background piece to work off of. And although it's a busy pattern because it is a plaid, it is definitely one of my favorites, probably spreads that I've done, and you'll see why in a moment, because I have so much fun ripping into this paper pad. So this is a 6x6 Target paper pad. They released these a couple years ago in their dollar spot, and I love this skull and bat and crow paper. I just think it's such a unique design, especially with sort of the repetitive pattern. It's not just one of those speckled pieces. Really, really enjoy it. And what I do is use the corners to rip out some slices, which I've seen a lot of people do this in their Traveler's Notebook. So a huge shout out to all of my Traveler's Notebook peeps on Instagram, on YouTube. I love watching them and seeing their spreads. Such gorgeous work. And if you have not tried a Traveler's Notebook yet, highly, highly recommend it. And as per my last Traveler's Notebook spread, I did have a ton of fun stamping on this one, and I actually pulled out a stamp set again that I haven't really used a ton of, and I just test stamped it to make sure it would appear well on the background paper, but I want to put the rest of my embellishments in place before I do the background stamping, just so I can plan ahead on the positioning for all of those stamps. So now that my photo is backed and my corner pieces are laid where I want them, I go through my washi tape collection and pull out a couple different ones to use. Like I mentioned, the actual mood board itself that you saw at the beginning of this video, tons of greens and pinks, and while I don't have any jewel tone green washi tape, I do have that nice baby pink color that's featured throughout the mood board, so I pull that in as a washi tape option as well. So right now I have a plain black, which is actually from the Michaels 33-cent collection, and then I also have a Recollections sort of speckled Halloween one, which just is gold and white and orange, and then I have that baby pink, sort of blush tone pink, which is from me and my Big Ideas, which I love those thin washi tapes so, so much. Highly recommend them. And I'll try to have products linked down below for you guys, so in case you are interested in anything you're seeing here, I can try to find alternatives or the exact one online so you can get them if you're interested. But this is a really old Joanne stamp set that I got probably 4 years ago during Halloween time, or maybe 3 years ago. I just haven't used it a ton, so you'll see there's a ton of different icons on here, and I really, really loved using all of these. So here I stamp a little moon just to add a little something above that ripped tear to bring more attention to it, and then I start going with my little bat friends. Now these are happy bats, which makes them a little bit more tolerable with these cute spooky donuts, which I do emphasize in the title as well, as you guys will see. But I had a lot of fun stamping all these critters, and similarly this is a happy spider, not a scary spider, so I stamp him amongst the bats up there so he can hang from the top of my page. Nothing too spooky, just a cute little happy cluster of spooky guys to finish off the top of that page. And what I really like about stamping for a Traveler's Notebook specifically, and I talk about this in my previous Traveler's Notebook spread, which you can check out, it'll be linked down below, is that it does add so much to a page without adding bulk and too much to an actual Traveler's Notebook. There's no additional weight, there's no additional depth, and you don't have to worry about it too much, so that's super nice part of it. I do struggle to get Mr. Bones here off of the backing sheet. Like I said, I have not used these stamps, so they've definitely started clinging a little extra to their holder. and he's going to go next to my title. So I start planning out my title, and I originally pull out this Webster's Pages alphabet set, which is Halloween themed from the Storytellers thing they used to do, those releases they used to do. So I test out the purple, which is in, again, the background paper, but it was a little too light. I test out the black here. I just think the font ends up being too small and not obvious enough since the background's so busy. So I end up going with a block letter instead, and this is actually perfect because it is in that beautiful blush tone with some gold foil, which perfectly matches the mood board, and these are just some Freckled Fawn block letters. I adore their block letters. I would say Freckled Fawn, Ellie Studio, and October Afternoon are my favorite block letter sticker companies. I've also had some good luck with some of the ones from Studio Calico and some of the ones from Pretty Little Studio, but I end up going for a title that is Spooky Ooky Treats. And I did have to Google how to spell Ooky because I thought it might be an IE, but it is a Y, which is interesting. And no, it's not technically a real word, but I really liked it for this page. And if you are afraid of stamping on your pages, and I always have a test stamper nearby, you'll see I do that on a lot of my layouts and process videos, things won't always go according to plan, and that's okay. Just know that that's okay. You can either go for a distressed look or do what I'm doing here and filling it in by hand with an additional black marker. This is why I love stamping in black so much. It's just so much easier to fix mistakes, cover up mistakes, make it work in a vintage way, just with a black ink instead of anything else. So I end up filling that in just fine. His femur on the left side of him did not stamp properly, but we got him all fixed up. Mr. Bones is okay, and I really like him paired next to that bright pink title. Here I grabbed some phrase stickers that I thought would be good. So there's a cat donut and a witch donut. It's like a cauldron witch donut, so I thought it'd be nice to have something in reference to a witch on that particular side of the layout. So I ended up doing that, and then putting a little baddie in the top left for, again, additional gold foil. Next, I end up wanting really a ton more stamping on the background to give it some texture, and I pull out this W+9 stamp set that has a bunch of these star pieces in it. So it has this really like speckled star pattern, and then it has like a thicker hand-drawn star pattern. So I use both of those to add a bit more texture to my background, and I really like the messy look for Halloween, so I go in with my black ink and stamp about between all the different elements to add that little bit of extra flair. But I hope you guys enjoyed this process video. Make sure you go check out Sara's, which will be linked down below to see what she does with her green and pink mood board inspiration. But I had a ton of fun with this page. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. And you can see additional close-up photos over on Instagram. And I will be back again with another mood board challenge next month with Sara. Let us know if you're playing along as well. But I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween if you celebrate. And try out these spooky donuts if you haven't already. Who doesn't love a good donut? But thanks again for watching, guys. I had a ton of fun stamping this with you today. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss out on future videos. But I will see you guys again next time. Bye, guys.